It was more staggering to find out that he had multiple copies of so many of these items.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for those items lying around the house that may be more valuable than initially perceived.
Now, he was after Pokemon cards, very valuable cards, worth over 6 figures.
Number 10. Crayons. One may not immediately think of common crayons as a high-value item for resale, but the actual history of Crayola colors is anything but common, believe it or not.
Binney & Smith's crayons revolutionized art in classrooms and eventually in homes. Quality crayons like these needed their own name, and Edwin's wife, Alice Binney, a schoolteacher, dreamed one up. Crayola.
Vintage boxes and styles of crayons can be worth a little bit of coin, all these years removed from Crayola's early 20th century origins.
Dandelion, Blizzard Blue, Magic Mint, Mulberry, Orange Red, Violet Blue, Lemon Yellow, and Raw Umber. It's the first time in the company's 122-year history that it's done this. These retired colors return to the store shelves this spring.
Their ticket value doesn't generally range in the thousands or anything, but $500 for an old school box of crayons isn't a bad deal, right? Or you could just pass on your parents' or grandparents' love of coloring onto a new generation. There's no wrong answer here to be found.
Aren't crayons remarkable?
Number 9. Retro video games. The reasoning behind why some video games can be worth more than others usually comes down to their availability.
When the game publisher Bandai released a game called Stadium Events for the Nintendo Entertainment System in 1987, they had no idea that they were releasing what would become the rarest, most desired NES game in the world, a true holy grail of collectors.
A retro cartridge for 1986's Stadium Events is rare because it was intended to be utilized alongside a Nintendo peripheral called the Family Fun Fitness Mat. This attempt by Bandai to merge physical fitness with video gaming failed.
No US television commercials of the fitness pad are known to exist, and both it and Stadium Events were barely mentioned in issue 2 of Nintendo Fun Club News.
As a result, its compatible games, such as Stadium Events and Athletic World, became worth a significant amount. There are also other rare games, such as the gold Nintendo World Championships cartridge from 1990, one that was developed for a marketing tour and competition.
Amongst live music, game reveals, and events, the main thing people came for was the competition. Contestants played a special Nintendo World Championship event cartridge for the Nintendo Entertainment System. The cartridge contains 3 custom minigames based upon the popular games Super Mario Bros., Rad Racer, and Tetris.
Or Exertainment Mountain Bike Rally / Speed Racer from 1994, which was developed for another failed peripheral, the Exertainment System.
Who wouldn't love the obvious combo of video games and an exercise bike?
Number 8. Timepieces. Just because we can all tell the time from the cell phones in our pockets doesn't mean that the status symbol of a vintage timepiece has diminished all that much.
You'd think for $5,000 it would last into the afterlife.
You spent $5,000 on a watch?
Wait a minute. If Elias has that valuable timepiece on this ghostly person...
After all, fancy watches continue to impress us on the whole. A flashy accessory that can easily tie together an outfit, making the wearer feel and look important.
Isn't just about numbers. It's the people behind it, the story. There's so many facets to a vintage watch. Notably its history.
This makes old-school Rolexes or rare, less mass-produced timepieces even more desirable in the hearts and minds of collectors. Watches such as the Tiffany & Co. Patek Philippe from 1954 sell for over $600,000 at auctions.
Selling officially at $15,500,000. Thank you for your patience, Natalie. It is history now! $15,500,000!
Number 7. Handbags. Jane Birkin was a famous singer, actress, and style icon who became famous in France after first emerging as an it girl from swinging London.
But Jane Birkin may be best known for the highly desirable Hermès fashion accessory that bears her name.
Birkin's chic look became so beloved and idolized that famed fashion house Hermès would name an equally iconic handbag in her honor. The Birkin bag remains a major status symbol today.
The whole thing fell to the ground, so I picked it up, and he said you should have pockets in that agenda. And I said, what can you do? Hermes don't make it with pockets. And he said, I am Hermes. I said, oh.
So it sort of goes without saying that vintage styles and colors from the 1980s would retain their value. Jane Birkin may have died in 2023, but the wonder of her legacy lives in her recorded work, film appearances, and these ultra-valuable bags that bear her name.
It's $4,000.
I know.
And there's a waiting list.
I assumed.
5 years.
For a bag?
It's not a bag. It's a Birkin.
Number 6. Board games.
Second edition anniversary release from Lord of the Rings. Rare, out of print. $3,000, my friends. How crazy is this?
Condition is often everything when it comes to hunting down those rare antiques at home, in flea markets, or at estate sales.
Game night! I brought the mat from Twister, the spinner from Life, most evaporation, and a few Monopoly pieces.
The board games we used for family game night are usually found to be missing pieces by the time we get around to digging them out from the attic or basement. Then again, if you were the type of kid who kept a lot of these games intact and away from mold or mildew, then you may just be in luck. Cult classics like Fireball Island can net a savvy seller a nice payday on the secondhand market, while rarer or limited edition variants of games like Monopoly can also prove to be quite profitable.
Each of these editions has its own story and unique features, making them highly desirable for collectors. If you ever come across one of these rare games, you might just hold a piece of Monopoly history in your hands.
Number 5. Recalled action figures. We're probably all aware of how much those old-school Star Wars figures from the 1970s can be worth today, particularly if they're still in the package, or one of the rare recalled variants.
Star Wars large-size action figures, up to 15 inches tall and ready for action.
There are other, perhaps less obvious examples of recalled toys that can still be found out there in the wild.
Better find another ship. Let's try the kitchen. Another triumph for Alien.
Alien action figure, new from Kenner.
Kenner's ill-advised toy tie-in to the 1979 Alien movie comes to mind. A merchandising disaster that saw parents taking a lot of offense to these frightening xenomorphs entering their happy homes. Stragglers from this recalled line have predictably skyrocketed in value, and can often be seen fetching upwards of 4-digit figures in good condition.
It featured an extending tongue activated by a button on the rear of the head, articulation in the arms, wrists, legs, and tail, a removable dome on the head, as well as glow-in-the-dark features.
Number 4. Cookie jars. Never underestimate the value of nostalgia.
Check it out. I got you a Batman cookie jar.
Oh, neat! It doesn't even matter that items such as cookie jars used to hold food in them. There's still a market for secondhand copies of rarer pieces. This is another niche item where the value can fluctuate, but it's the relative innocuousness of cookie jars that can make identifying the rare ones difficult for all but the most seasoned antique detectives.
And that was a great sale at $390.
Elsewhere, vintage Pyrex or other kitchenware gadgets can also serve as a source of alternative income for those intrepid enough to seek them out.
And they want $269 firm for 4. You can see that the bowls command more than these bowls, which actually have a handle and a spout.
Number 3. Baseball cards. A classic never truly goes out of style, right?
This is $1 million! They're
$1 a packet.
Everyone knows they triple in value every day. This was my nest egg.
Folks have been collecting baseball cards for generations, passing down their love of this hobby to their kids and grandkids. As a result, there continue to be numerous holy grail cards that continue to be mentioned within this market, from such players as Hannes Wagner or Mickey Mantle.
This is his first appearance in the top set, so many collectors regard this as his true Topps rookie card, even though 1951 Bowman comes before.
The mass-produced nature of many cards makes finding the rare ones as challenging as it is fun. But it isn't only baseball that has all the fun. Collectors of basketball cards continue to compete against each other to see exactly how many Michael Jordan rookie cards can be flipped for a profit.
Michael Jordan rookie card number 57, graded PSA 10, sold by PWCC in March 2023 for $168,000.
Number 2. Comic books. Let's face it, we all know that we're probably never going to pull an Action Comics number 1 or Amazing Fantasy number 15 out of our parents' attic. That said, this doesn't mean that some valuable gems aren't still out there for the finding.
So this comic is one of the hardest comics to find, especially in good condition. This is one of the most iconic covers of the Golden Age.
The speculative market of the 1990s essentially means that a lot of Marvel and DC from this era were mass-produced, not being worth very much today. However, both niche titles and small, independent runs from this era can fetch a profit for knowledgeable collectors.
I need this for my Batman collection.
Well, I need it for my Robin collection. Rock, paper, scissors, lizard, spot. Why would I gamble? It's mine. Let go.
You let go.
No.
This is in addition to the rarer books from the Golden and Silver Ages of comic history.
It's a collection he discovered contains some of the most sought-after comic books in the world. Some so valuable, he stores them in a safe.
This is the Holy Grail right here. This is our best book. The Superman 1, the 7.0.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Posters. Vintage one-sheets from movies can be big box office.
This is the most expensive single poster ever auctioned.
Fishing gear. Don't spare the rod. These could be worth money.
Other baits we're going to talk about today, this might be the most versatile big bait that we'll be showing you guys today, just because of all the customization options that DRT offers with the Ghost.
Telephones, particularly the rarer earliest models.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
That's got everything.
That's a nice one.
That's a little more than I can afford, but boy, is that nice.
That's the top line, the tail line.
And there's another nice phone.
That's the desk phone for hotel. That's an oldie.
Metal signage. On-brand examples from back in the day could be resold.
Now, there are very early pieces here, up to really probably the 2000s collectible pieces.
Wedding dresses. Sentimental value aside, of course.
And what's the price on this dress?
$24,000.
Oh my God. On one dress and one night? For some people, that's a house.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Vinyl records. Hey, did you hear that vinyl's making a comeback?
I found the first Licorice Comfits album over at Vintage Vinyl, the one on Testament of Youth. Never released here, Japanese import only.
Truth be told, vinyl records have already been back in vogue for many years now, to the point where their resale value and MSRP points continue to rise exponentially every year. Websites such as Discogs have become both invaluable and infamous for assisting buyers and sellers navigating the LP market, while at the same time also being ground zero for vinyl inflation.
I saw one sell for $7,000 on eBay. Yeah, these sell for about $1,000. He made more of those. He made about 500 of those. They sell for about $1,000 a piece.
That said, ultra-rare LPs such as the Butcher cover of the Beatles Yesterday and Today continue to trade hands at exorbitantly high amounts. Meanwhile, vintage turntables and hi-fi receivers from companies like Technics and Marantz serve as another avenue of the music collector space, with impressive financial statistics.
A sealed stereo copy sold for $125,000 at auction in 2016.
Have you ever passed anything by in the antique store that you went on to regret later? Let us know in the comments.
We were hoping for Grandma's sake. $5,000?
Well, I hate to disappoint you, but this is worth $30,000.
What?